be perfection, both hands are treacherous. I'm ambidextrous. You can't outgrind or outshine me with a fancy necklace. My aura can't be messed, but I'm cocking bullies, dropping bullies, rocking hoodies, popping woolies, ride on the bench, reckless. Got trust funds for my loved ones, my family precious. My claws barking more than Charles Bronson. This can't be death with.
Peace, 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 family. How you all doing? Peace, 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 family. How you all doing? I hope you all are enjoying this beautiful Sunday, July 3rd. That's when I'm recording this. So, my name is Keisha. I am the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. Today, I am going to be discussing the Capricorn super full moon. This full moon is getting ready to set off another set of really big transits. So, if you've been following me for a while, I've been trying to warn y'all, it's going to be a hot girl summer because you got some really powerful planets that are being activated right now. We're running into an era, a new era, ending an old one. So the age of Pisces and moving into the age of Aquarius. And that starts next year, technically. So are y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready. I don't. Y'all should be celebrating and whatnot. All right. So let me just get my notes up here, guys. Okay, so this super full moon in Capricorn is, any full moon is a time of culmination when things come to a head. So you definitely want to go back to the last full new moon in Capricorn to see what was going on for you, to see what is coming to a head, what's ending, kind of, sort of, or reaching I don't want to say an ending because it could be an ending, but it could also be the next steps to something, depending on whether or not you've learned what you needed to learn from whatever that energy is trying to teach you, right? And this full moon is powerfully being conjuncted Pluto in Capricorn that we've been dealing with since 2008. And it's kind of finalizing this Capricorn and Pluto energy, because after it wraps up this cycle, then Pluto is going to move into Aquarius. And I did a video on that. If you want to go check out that video, I highly suggest you start getting ready because it's here. And I will be doing a video on the new era, which I've done already in the past, but I would totally check that video out to just start getting your mind ready, because we're about to enter into a massive, major shift. And so since Pluto, because Pluto is being highly activated here, this full moon can go both ways, because Pluto represents power. And so this can either be power of the people or power over the people. And I actually think it's going to be a little bit of both. I think people who are kind of financially stable and set and have some kind of backing, they don't need to be under anybody's control. People who don't, they're left vulnerable. and at the will of the people of this country, or who own this country, or people in power, however you want to call it, right? And because it's a super full moon, it's a lot closer to the earth. The effects are going to be stronger. And I've been trying to tell you guys, Capricorn's going out with a bang. It's going to show his ass. So places like Africa, India, China, Russia, Mexico, Canada, and the US are going to be highly activated. This is also highly activating the Pluto return for the US. And I did a bunch of different videos for that in 2022, the yearly 2022 videos. Maybe even I did some separate ones. I should probably stop posting some of that stuff. So I'll go back and start posting those. So if you follow me on social media, you can look out for that. But if you want to just listen to get refreshed about what this means for the US, I definitely go check that video out, or videos, because I feel like I did more than one. Massive major changes we're talking about here. And so a lot of these places may come up in the news in a big way, whether it's through earthquakes, weather, volcanoes, or political or financial earthquakes. So more things with the stock market, maybe even some banks closing down, and then, you know, the political differences between whatever the fuck they have differences about. I don't even know anymore. I don't watch it. I don't care. But it's good to know though, so you know how to move within whatever's going on for you, and how that's going to affect your goals and anything you got going on. So yeah, there may be an emotional reality check we need to face, because anytime it's a full moon, it's always in opposition to the sun, and we're in Cancer season. So I've been talking a lot about Cancer now. It's going to be different things for different people. It really depends on what house this is in for you. So I would definitely go and check out your chart to see where this is coming up for you, so you can get a good idea of where these themes are going to hit you at. But I don't think it's going to be pretty, you know, and it really depends on where you're at in your life and your healing process. That's going to make all the difference. This can be something minor. It might not even be happening to you, but things that you see happening to others. And you might be having to hold space for others. But if it's not that and it is you, the reality check 9 times out of 10 is going to be about, are you allowing yourself, are you in positions and surrounded by people who allow you emotional freedom, emotional security, essentially. There's obviously more to that. I will go back to the Cancer new moon that I did to get some of those Cancer themes. But Capricorn is always about the reality. It's always about that dichotomy of Cancer is financial security, longevity of something that's going to stand the test of time, your family structures, your legacy building. What structures and systems do you have in place for those things? You know, what ladder are you climbing to get those things? Now we know that work is crumbling. So I'm saying the bigger parts of this is either to become an investor in some way, shape, or form, or start your own business are almost non-negotiable at this point. So what are you doing to do those types of things, and how to be secure? What support systems do you have if you can't do that? Like, meaning resources, like those basics: home, food, shelter, right? Food, home, food, shelter, and damn, I was just looking at that. It's the basics, your essential basics that you need. So like when I think of this, I think about somebody who has access to a food, a canned good place, you know, where they give you like food packages that come with like maybe some toilet paper and dish detergent and things of that nature, just in case, or a farm or a farmer's market, or you know, access to a bakery that's going to still be making some bread, and those little things that you need, you know, not the big things, right? The big things, those things are going to be so not what people are thinking about. Once the stuff really starts hitting the fan, it's not even going to be funny. So places and spaces where you can go that feel like home, that are going to nurture you, feed you, secure you, and give you a place to stay. Essentially, you need to make sure that you have those things in place. Family, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Please, if you find this information helpful and you think somebody else might find this information helpful, share, share, share as we are trying to grow our page. We appreciate you in advance, and make sure you hit the notification bell at the top. Is it this side or this side? It might be this side. So that you can be notified every time we go live, family. All right, so this full moon is going to bring up some really strong emotions around how you feel about what's happening to you personally, what's happening in your family, and in your home. If you've been hiding anything from yourself, this full moon is going to illuminate it and help you transform it. As painful as that may be, at the same time, we're being separated from a truth that no longer resonates with our frequency and given a new one. This could be a new option, opportunity, and direction that is surprising, dynamic, and liberating. That part, I want to say that again. This can be a direction that is surprising, dynamic, and liberating. New options and opportunities that are surprising, dynamic, and liberating. Now, that may come with some disruption, rebellion, and chaos, because it's a fast-moving energy. Even uncomfortability. I don't even feel like, for most people, right? Anytime we're talking about change, first and foremost, we're talking about some disruption. Something is going to be changing that you're not used to. It's going to disrupt a path, a pattern, a habit of something that you've already been doing, right? And so essentially there's going to be some uncomfortability with that, making the transition from doing something that you've been doing for a really long time that you absolutely will not be doing that way anymore for whatever reason. That's what I think needs to be highlighted here. Like, for example, I think I've given this example before when I talk about the North Node or the eclipses energy. It's like saying you're thinking about moving, right? You're moving to a new home, and this is something that you've been wanting for a really long time, and it's been a hell of a long, ignoring, frustrating journey to make that move. But now that you got it, you're excited, right? Because you know you're about to be out of that uncomfortable situation. But at the same time, who the hell wants to pack and move? That's like the worst part of moving, right? And so you have to contend with that energy that's going to get you to this better place. That's how I'm thinking about how this is going to transpire. Now, again, I do have to make myself clear, this isn't going to look like that for everybody. So for some people, this is going to be quite painful, and it's going to strike you emotionally. You know, it's going to hit you somewhere where it's like, damn, you couldn't tell me that from the beginning? Because then you got to go through that emotional exchange. You have to feel those feelings until it undoes itself, right? And that could be messy, right? That can be super messy and unfortunate, right? But ultimately you got to look at the other side of that. It's like, but you're getting something better. It's almost going to be like one of those situations where you had a bad day and then you find out $5 on the floor. I don't know. I'm making it up as I go, guys. You know, and it's like, you know what? I wouldn't have even been over here had I not been dealing with this shit. This $5 is worth it. God damn it. I'm saying it's going to be something like that where it's almost instinctively right behind the other. Not drawn out, I feel. Okay. And then the moon will trine Uranus. This full moon will trine Uranus. And this is freedom, new innovative ideas, new systems developing for our future. It could be about freedom, living in a freer way in our communities. Again, going back to that idea of sovereignty. And I've noticed that a lot of astrologers have been like talking trash about other people who see Uranus as sovereignty. I don't know how else to explain that. Because when I think of sovereignty, I think of you being your own government, essentially, where you make the rules up in your life. And I feel like that's the way it should be. There's some idea here with Uranus that's trying to come in that's like, be who you are unapologetically. If somebody doesn't like it, that's interesting. I'm going to keep moving on this direction though, because that's where I'm being led to though. You know what I mean? It's like that I don't give a fuck respectfully. I'm being drawn to do this respectfully. Either you coming with me or you can respectfully bounce up on out of here. And what does that mean to you by defining it with values, structures, and systems, and you know, all those things, right? That makes life so great. Not really, I was being sarcastic, but it's gonna be different for everybody, right? And so essentially you're addressing a new way of life that fits your free spirit and what your spirit really actually truly wants for you, your mission, your purpose in life, fulfilling that unapologetically. Okay. So we can see a lot of innovation in the way we grow food. I feel like this is gonna kind of like repeat some of the Uranus and Taurus video, the North Node in Taurus. Oh my God, the North Node in Uranus conjunction in Taurus video that I did, because Uranus is in Taurus, so it's a thing. This can also be new healing technologies for the body, the electrical system of the body. So we're talking about the meridian systems here, things around that coming up. And then Neptune will square Venus. And this is great for the creatives, right? All creative fields, writers, estheticians. This could be beautiful words. And then you have the lower vibration of Neptune, which is disinformation. So really discerning where you get your information from and things of that nature is always important whenever you're dealing with Neptune. However, Neptune is in retrograde, and I really feel like on this part of the journey, we have that discernment lock and key. Like, yeah, you lie. You lie. Use a lie. And so again, there's a greater sense of even seeing your path, seeing where you're meant to be because you have clarity now. And then Neptune is sextile this new moon. So it's awakening us to a bigger dream in your life and connecting you to a bigger understanding of your life. It's our spiritual growth, our soul's growth that is going to show up in our reality because it's Taurus, right? It's earth energy. And anytime you have earth energy, it always manifests in the material world. So something that you can see, feel, and touch, right? And that's not just in our personal lives. I feel like that's going to be around the world. So expect some really major announcements on the global scale about things around this for sure. good or bad, I have to say that because it just is what it is, but it's a thing, right? Um, this is liberation of power that we've given away to other people. So something being illuminated about places and areas where we're giving our power away that's keeping us from this liberation of taking our power back by healing and unraveling and letting go of things. And because we've been untangling this, or rather because we've been tangled up in other people and what we thought we had to do to be loved, to be connected, to be seen, and where we thought we had to go to find more power, that's what this full moon is really going to be showing us the difference between, right? So again, going back to work, why? Why do we have to go into the office? Why can't you own your own business without it being so goddamn hard? Like, what is that? What is the struggle around that? When you say it from that perspective, I can show you that it's still a more long-term thing, to be quite frank, but I'm going to tell you that it's going to be shown. And even if you can't see it, you damn sure are going to feel it, because it's like, at this point already, we should have the technology to the point where people can work at home. Why don't we have that? Right. And so that's what we can see a lot of social unrest about, people fighting for that part, like, especially because it's cancer season. It's like, I feel like single moms can feel this the strongest. Like, I have a fucking kid, dude. Why do I gotta do all this extra shit? Like, make my life easier for once in your life. Do something for me, I can feel that heated discussion being very prominent and serious to a lot of people. So this is liberating us from some unconscious emotional habits and programming that we're holding on to for many people. So the family stuff, the oppressive need to impress your family. Now, I don't know how much of this is still really relevant today. I'm pretty sure some of it is, but I don't think it's as big as I think it is. But that idea of mom will be proud of me if I have this kind of job. Mom will be proud of me if I did this instead of that. Or dad. I'm just, using an example here, right? My family would prefer me to be a doctor as opposed to a guitarist, right? That whole bit thing. And so that's where I think the business piece is going to grow in people, because it's like, I've been waiting to do this my whole life, and I just finally have the courage to actually do it, because that's what I'm being drawn to do, And so it's like embodying that, doing it unapologetically, because that's what you're being led to do. And that's what's going to set you free, right? And then the Capricorn energies kind of pulls you out of being overly protective, overly emotional, and accepting you're actually only responsible for yourself. That's going to be liberating. And then you lead by example to others, both by showing people how you want to be treated and inadvertently showing others how to take care of themselves, essentially, right? And so you become a leader in a sense. Capricorn gives you a reality check on how you care for others, connect to others, and attach to others. You'll begin to honor yourself so you can let others choose themselves. I think that's going to be a huge fucking theme of people. Like, I feel like this is going to affect positions like coaches, right? And how you guide, or how you, people who are meant to guide or teach or show people the way. It's like, are you doing that for the right reasons, in the right way for that person, like everybody's going to kind of become their own coach essentially. And so this could like actually be, it could go, again, it could go both ways, right? Because we all need guidance, right? And so this could actually either enhance the coaching field or something more like where it becomes a little bit more rebellious, where people are like, fuck you, I don't need your coaching, I'm just going to do it my way. That could be dangerous structural wise with Saturn, but Saturn is also retrograde, so he doesn't care. Not right now. But think about that. Keep that in mind. It's not what you do, it's how you do it, right? For everybody to really think about what that means for you and the people that you're working with, right? Or that you want to work with. And then Saturn, we're trine Venus. This is what you value and what you want. Something you want is coming together that's giving you clarity in yourself and your life and your next steps. So try to focus on whatever this is that's coming up for you as opposed to anything else. So that you can like bring more pieces to the puzzle or help influence this energy by, I accept this new journey, show me the way. Like that kind of energy, you know, be open and flexible to just go with it, just run with it, whatever it is. You always want to be discerning and mindful and conscious of your surroundings and the people that you're allowing this process to happen to and within. So I'm not saying to follow it in such a way where it's like you haven't thought it through, but if it feels right, try it on for size. Give that new process an opportunity to have been something you can't trust before you just don't do it because you're being held back by something in some way, some old belief or trust issues or, you know, something of that nature, because I can assure you, you will miss out on an opportunity, you know? So I hope that made sense. I feel like I was kind of all over the place trying to explain that because it meant so much to me. This is my wheelhouse. This is my whole entire life. I promise you, I have been on a Capricorn super full moon journey where it's like, fuck it, I'm just going to go with it. And if it wasn't right, then it wasn't right. But at least they can't say I never tried, you know, that type of energy. So it's made me very happy. I'm very happy. So before my freaking laptop dies on me, family, I love and appreciate you. As usual, I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.